Alright, hello YouTube.
Hello YouTube.
If you notice, Angie has a bad day already today because her dentures came out. Okay, sorry about that, so you won't hear much of Angie today. Okay, this is a video that we were supposed to do the other day. This is the one that I had the glitch with, so we're just doing a remake on this. We're going to go through some old photos, a magazine, and some more photos, because this is what we did before there was YouTube. This is how we shared our lives with everybody else in the old days. This is like going back, turn back a clock basically. I thought I should explain with the original video, but good thing because we had a glitch, a error, a file corrupt, and that. What else is new? Corrupt. Alright, right now, let's get to it. Okay, we're going to be quick as possible, so we're going to get to the best stuff right away. Oh, stay tuned. I want to show we found our 2010 vacation trips. This is the one trip I wish we had YouTube videos, but we found the photos for those videos. So I had to tilt the camera down right now. So right now, let's get rock and roll. If anybody who's been with our channel from previous videos from a year or so ago, that yours truly was featured in this magazine. Hard to believe, right, Angie? So if you read the headline, yeah, that explains it. For the headline that's up here, this is the key part, headline right here. This you guys need to focus on. That explains yours truly right here with this pose. Right now, what was the magic page number, Angie? Remember the page number? I think it was 70... Page 71, I just looked at it. Okay, if anybody remember, for the ones who are new to the channel, probably does not know this. For the ones who've seen it before, you know about this, so this is like reliving history. But if you notice Stacy Keebler, but who's in the background? Angie's pointing to me. See who's in the background? Yeah, in the Mallards hockey jersey? Yeah, that's it. That was taken at SmackDown TV taping back in October of 2001. This is the January 2002 edition of the WWF Magazine / WWE Magazine. Yours truly was in this magazine. So we still got the magazine. We had 2 copies. I can't find the second one, so we cannot lose this one. Alright, real quick, brief story here. Before we moved up here, we used to live in the south end of town. Basically, it was on one of the streets I showed you in one of our previous videos of my walking down in that neighborhood. It was a duplex that we used to rent, upstairs rear. Basically, and when Angie made a cake and opened the window for that much, somehow a creature got in through the window, made a mess of the whole kitchen, and got out, and I wanted a piece of cake, and found out we cannot eat a cake because it had footprints all over, and looks like something was eaten into it. Found out it was one of our furry friends right here. So we adopted this squirrel at the time where we used to live on the south end of town. We used to feed a slice of bread or 2 a day. So, like, once in the morning, once in the evening, that was our furry friend. We call him who, Angie? We call him Mr. Squirrel. Yeah, I forgot. Angie's not having a good day today. Okay, during that time period, a local paper was doing one of those weird promotions where you take a local newspaper to your vacation trip and all that stuff. So back in 2009, wasn't it 2009? This is the time we was living up here. We went on vacation. We went to Cleveland's Jacobs Field, now it's called Progressive Field, for a baseball game. It was one of the few major league games we went in Ohio. In fact, it was the only major league team game we went in the state of Ohio. Part of our Cedar Point trip of 2009. Basically, remember this is 2009 that we're talking about. So we took this photo with the local newspaper at Jacobs Field. You notice the Cleveland Indians background and the sponsors that they had at the time. notice the Angie's hair. You're going to notice his hair a lot more in this time frame. So keep that in mind. Okay, remember what I said early in this video, in that magazine I showed you, we went to SmackDown, the WWE SmackDown on the TV taping. Well, this is some of the photos that we was able to find. I know we have a few of them photos, but these are the 3 or 4 photos that we found. We found 4 photos at the time. So let's show these up. These are not very good photos. These were filmed because this is before digital camera. That's Billy Kidman right there. If you look very closely to the stage area, that is Linda McMahon. That was the time, the storyline when they fired Steven Regal and we put in Mick Foley as commissioner of the WWF, WWE at the time. And we got the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Angie, you're not happy about this situation because your night is already ruined, right? Okay. And of course, the night ended when, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Rock has laid the smackdown on one of the Dudley boys. I think it was Devon Dudley he laid the smackdown on. But that was our smackdown videos from when we showed you in that magazine. Okay, I'm going to show you this photo, but in the next photo, I'm going to take you to the computer. We'll show you where Angie's take the photos with the Dudley boys. But before we get to that clip, we're going to show you this photo. Look at that wig that Angie has. That is Steve Blackman. Angie, that was one of the house shows we went to many moons ago, basically. But look at the wig that Angie has. Actually, that's her real hair at the time. Hard to believe, doesn't it? Right now, let's show you her and the Dudley boys. Oh, here we go. There it is. There's the Dudley boys and Angie. Look at that. Look at that hair and that. Was that good enough to put her through a table? No, it wasn't good enough.
I asked them if they were going to put through a table. You guys, that's a house show.
Yeah, that was a house show. But there's Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley boys. Probably one of the greatest tag teams of professional wrestling outside of Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. Okay, we're going to wrap up the wrestling business to WCW Wrestling. That's how Ted Turner pronounced it, wrestling. This is Angie with the WCW head of security, Doug Dillinger. Woohoo! And you think she got tossed out after that photo? Nope. Nope, she wasn't. It was nice. But Doug Dillinger was nice enough to take time out of his busy schedule to pose for that photo. Thank you, Doug Dillinger, if you're watching this video. You're the man. Okay, for our Canadian viewers, be shocked on this one. Back in 1999, I believe is in early November of 1999, if I remember correctly. I may be right, I may be wrong, I don't know. It's around 1998, 1999. We went to Canada. We actually, for our Canadian viewers, we actually was in Canada. So you're going to see, so if you're around the Sarnia, Ontario area and Port Huron, Michigan area, you're going to you're going to see this looking very familiar. There's Angie's and the car that she used to had at one time, that Ford Honda. That was Angie. We was underneath on the Canadian side of the Blue Water Bridge. So that was the Canadian side of the Blue Water Bridge. Right now, they really worked that up because when the next photo, you're going to see me right there on the Canadian side of the Blue Water Bridge. And on the back photo across the riverway, that's Michigan. Good old USA. So we had our foot in Canada with these 2 photos. And because they were doing maintenance on the old westbound span, we had to return back to the United States on the News Bridge. If you look very closely, Look very closely if I can hold it straight, if I can hold it, or you have to freeze frame it. But there's the sign saying "Welcome to Michigan" on the way back. So we spent three and a half hours in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. And if you ask us, thanks for the earthquake, Angie. But if you ask us, have we gone to a Tim Hortons? The answer, believe it or not, was no. Because back then, we never knew what Tim Hortons was. Sorry about that. Embarrassing. Okay, keep it with going back to contact sports right now. MMA events. If you saw on Angie's other channel, we had 2 MMA fights. At one of those events, I don't know if it was the one we actually filmed, but we went to one of those events where we came across this guy right here. If anybody recognized that guy, that is Tim, the Maniac Sylvia. Used to be the UFC heavyweight champion. He was part of the Militich fighting systems out of Bettendorf, Iowa. That's where he got his training from. But that is Tim the Maniac Sylvia. He was spotted around, at this time in this photo, he was spotted around town a lot lately, during that time period. If he still is, I don't know. Leave it down for my local subscribers. If he's spotted around town, leave it down in comments down below. Please. Angie, you having fun? Okay, she's speechless tonight because she's gonna love this one. Her rub of fame with this guy right here. This is
Edward Walker.
Edward Walker of the old TV show on what network, Angie?
TLC.
TLC, Trading Spaces on TLC. That was Edward Walker. And in the year when Home Depot opened up, Home Depot was the main sponsors of those shows. There's Angie and Edward Walker at our local Home Depot during its grand opening week here in town. That was almost, well, over 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago already. Wow, that long?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that long ago. Boy, time is flying. Coaster buffs, this is for you now, okay? For the ones who like roller coasters, this is my freeze frame photos when I was rolling these roller coasters. The Boss in St. Louis, and some of our Cedar Point stuff. So right now, let's go to this. This is the only photo I got from St. Louis, the Boss. When I rode the Boss in St. Louis, Six Flags St. Louis. I forgot what year it was, but I'm not going to worry about it. But there I was, back in the time. Look how thin I was back then. Woohoo! That was when I was about 60 pounds lighter. Amazing, isn't it? Right now, we're going to go to, this is one of the Cedar Points photos of Magnum XL 200. Should be me right here. Now a Cedar Point photo. Uh-oh, Mean Street. Now it's remade as Steel Vengeance. And look how cool, calm, and collective I was. It's like nothing happening. But that was the time when the roller coaster was getting very, very rough. Let's do this one. This is what I gotta do. This is Mantis, the stand-up coaster. Now it's called Rougarou. They sit down floorless coaster. There's me. And I'm not going to explain who was with me, okay? Angie is aware of that, and she's cool with it. And, of course, this is a funny photo. You're going to think it's funny because one guy who's sitting next to me is on a high. I was on a downer. But look at that photo. Between this guy and myself. Look at that. I just handed up and look at the guy. He's happy as a lark. Me, I just didn't really care. But actually, I actually rode this. I remember in my Cedar Point video where I claimed I was too fat and I told Angie I was pregnant. This is one of those 60 pounds lighter when I rode that ride. Hard to believe. This is another Millennium Force. This is the year I was barely, a few years later, this is where I barely was fitting into this to lock the seat belts, but you can see the photo chop type photo of course Millennium Force. What else? I can't ride it because I'm too fat for it. And another Magnum XL 200. And I think this is kind of a lackluster video, photo. Right there. Every time my shirt went up a little bit on it. That's all. Okay, we're going to take a little time out here. We'll be right back. Next clip, real quick. Hey, before you guys finish the rest of the video, we got to go through 2 albums of our previous trips. Back in 2006 and 2010. This is the 2010 we're going to go first. And we're going to do 2006. That's our Amtrak trip to Kansas City. And other stuff in this photo. And our baseball trips of 2010 in this photo. So, right now, pause this video. Go get your popcorn. Go get your sodas. Get your beer, spiked drinks. Whatever you're doing, go get it right now. And we'll be right back. Okay, you guys are ready? Okay, right now we're going to do our baseball trip 2010. With this album. I'm not going to take the photos out of the album because it'll be too long. Thanks for the notification. Crazy notifications. Okay, this is right here, this photo right here. That's the car run-over that we had back in 2010. And I drove this car with a fractured arm. My right arm was fractured prior to this trip. So I had to drive this 3,200 miles literally with my left hand. I very rarely use this hand. So about, say, 3,000 miles I was one-handed. 200 miles is with both hands somewhat. And it hurt too at the time. But we got through, so we went to St. Louis Busch Stadium. You're going to see the main gate later in this photo. There's more of St. Louis. I'm going to try to get these in the picture as best as I can. That's Albert Pujols when he used to play with the St. Louis Cardinals. Yep, sounds good. There's going to be some pictures. I'm going to let you know there are some pictures that is out of sync, so I'll be aware of it. Angie was not the best putting them in sync. But there's Pujols at bat. There's another, where was that? Oh, this is Oklahoma City, so this is where the pictures were out of sync. This is in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Johnny Bench's statue.
Johnny Bench's statue, right there, Johnny Bench's statue.
That's when they were the Rangers, guys.
Okay, thanks for noticing. Around the ballpark, they were known for their flat bottom boats, similar to San Antonio's. But there's the main gate for that ballpark right there to the Brickyard. It was called the Brickyard, Bricktown. It was called the Brickyard at the time, but it's AT&T Park at the Brickyard. The game got rained out. They tried to salvage the game. You see, they tried to pull the. They started to field tarp. Angie with the red bird right there. I know I'm trying to hold this up as best as I can. They tried to pull the tarp, but the grounds was just too wet. So they issued rain checks, and we refund on this game minus the service fees. But we were the only ones got refunds. Someone next to me was pissed off because they lived like less than an hour away. They didn't get a refund. We did. They paid cash. We paid through our debit card. So technically, since there was no game, they minus the service fees. We got refunded the money anyway. So we had a good time. Thank you, Oklahoma City Ballpark, for doing that for us. Yeah, I can see the thumbs down right now on this video. This Busch Stadium. I said the photos are out there. Okay, then we was down at Dallas-Fort Worth area. We visited AT&T Stadium. It's Cowboy Stadium. There's legendary coach Tom Landry.
Yep.
Inside the stadium. All these pictures will be out of sync, so keep that in mind. This is inside the concourse, inside Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium. Sitting up by one of the seats in the corner end zones.
We took the VIP tour too.
Yeah, we took the VIP tour because this photo right here was taken in Jerry Jones' suite, I would believe. This photo right there. That's the big Jumbotron, if you can't tell, but you're going to see better pictures. But the Jumbotron, and some of these pictures are kind of blurry in a way in some of the suites. I think there was another one in Jerry Jones's suite. We took a couple photos in Jerry Jones's suite. There's the one, the concourses in one of the suite areas. That's the suite concourse for suite holders. Outside looking eastward towards Arlington Stadium, where the Rangers play, which they're going to be getting a new ballpark, I heard. There's the east end end zone of AT&T Stadium. And you can see how small the Jumbotron is, because the long one is big. Bigger than you. Let's put it this way. The cameras and TV does no justice for this. You have to see it in person yourself. And I can't show this picture because it's too dark. It's in the biggest corporate suite across the way from Jerry Jones's suite. But there's Angie enjoying the luxury suite seat. But there's that Jumbotron. Like I said, the pictures does do no justice. You have to see this in person. It is huge. I can't describe how big it is. Down in the bowels of...
Take the VIP tour.
Take the VIP tour. Take the VIP tour. Take the VIP tour. It's a must. Because otherwise you won't be going down here in the bowels.
No.
Otherwise you won't be going into the Cowgirls locker room and the Cowboys locker room.
Right.
But yeah, down in the underground at AT&T Stadium, there's the Cowgirls locker room. We'll get to Cowboys locker room in a bit. But there's Angie walking on the field. There's the view from the middle of the field, around the 50-yard line. Angie on the 50-yard line at AT&T Stadium, Cowboy Stadium. There's the Cowboy logo right above in the locker room of the stadium. One of the clubhouses, club party rooms next to the locker room. The actual locker room itself, that's Tony Romo's locker at the time. Angie in the locker room, the Cowboys locker room. The showers in the locker room down there.
Could you imagine if I would have put the jersey on?
And there's, yeah, you'd be walking home with it too. There's the stadium outside. And there's Arlington Stadium inside. We'll get to those photos, Angie, real quick here. We're going to take a little time out here.
No.
She wants to get to another album right away, but we got to take a little time out after this album. Six Flags over Texas was nearby, so we got pictures of that. That's when they were remaking the. At the time, they were rebuilding Texas Giant, and that was one of the first RMC remakes of that coaster. Texas Rangers logo inside the main stadium, the big scoreboard. Some of the players that played here and there. So we got Ian Kinsler at the time when he was with the Rangers. Now he's with the, currently with the, as of this video, with the San Diego Padres. And that. There's the mascot. We got some more photos. Justin Smoke.
Now it's Toronto Blue Jays.
With the Blue Jays, yep. And there's more. This is from the upper deck. Because Angie was, when I took this photo, Angie was sitting way, way, way down there. She didn't know I was going way up here to get this photo and other photos. But yeah, that's the view from up there. Nolan Ryan photo right there. Outside in the center field area. One of the promos that they were doing between innings. Austin Kearns, that was playing for the Cleveland Indians at the time. And this is one of the few times, one of the first times we actually saw this where a play got reviewed and it got overturned. They turned a home run into a foul ball, basically. Or was it the other way around?
You're right.
I was right, home run to a foul ball. And it was foul ball anyway. So they got the call right. And we went to Frisco, Texas after that game to Dr. Pepper Ballpark at the time, and look at the Cape Cod feel of this ballpark. You're going to see some awesome photos of that. Behind the home plate, looking out the center field at Frisco. There's the concourse of Frisco. That is gravel, not cement gravel, but there is cement concourses in there, but that was gravel at the time. Even they had a swimming pool there. Amazing. But there's, you can see the suites, and you see other suites. Looks like houses. Awesome. Look at the clubhouse. Look at, that's not the clubhouse, but that was the press box. Press box and front office area. Looks awesome. Angie with some players. Bull Jones. Angie was not very happy because it was hot and sweaty that day. It was like 105 degrees, so I can see why she's not happy. Because there was no shade in that stadium. That was the bad part of the stadium. No shade. We need shade. Some of the other players, we're not going to go through all these players. Time is getting too long anyway.
They were all surprised to see us.
They were all surprised. All these players used to play here at the time, so every single one was surprised to see us. And on a side note, there was a college course for sports photojournalists,
Oh my God.
They were taking pictures of us because they saw nobody, they never saw nobody prepared as us with autographs. We bought baseball cards, markers, more baseball cards, albums. We bought the whole...
We bought everything.
We bought everything to get signed, and people thought we was well organized, so they took pictures of us. I have not seen one yet, and I have not seen any royalties out of it yet. But some baseball action right there from Frisco. We're going to try to speed this up here. Trust me. I got no album to go through. Now we're going to move our act after riding to Tusco.
Who left us tickets?
Who left us tickets for that game.
For the Frisco one.
And we went to Houston, Texas for a game at Minute Maid Ballpark. And it was a good game. We met Angie's cousin. After the game, we went back home for a quick nap and shot off fireworks. But there's the pre-game show. The scoreboard area, Minute Maid Park.
That's when they were in the NL.
Yeah, that's Angie was pointing that out. That's when the Astros was in the National League, the famous train. If you look very, 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 very closely, you can see the hill.
It's gone.
It's gone, but the hill was there when we was there, but it's gone now. Here today, gone tomorrow. They said. Promotion between any promotions. Angie not very happy because the trip is coming to an end after that game because the trip is almost over. I think that was it. And our little, this is the only state sign we are able to take a photo of. Alabama. We was in Alabama. We went from Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, a little bit of Georgia, and into Tennessee, basically.
Yep.
So this is the Tennessee's ballpark. Chattanooga Lookouts. That's their ballpark, and you can barely tell. We were there late for the game because of traffic and construction and traffic and that. There's the scoreboard. Who was the player out there in left field, Angie? That player?
It's Kyle Russell.
Kyle Russell. Okay, there's Kyle Russell. The Lookouts mascots. Carlos Abreu, who's now...
Who comped us?
Carlos Abreu, who left us the tickets. Thank you, Carlos Abreu, who's now the first base coach of the Milwaukee Brewers. Yes, we have connections in the major leagues now. Woo-hoo! Yep, there's Carlos Abreu right there. That's the Chattanooga's train right there. Okay, we got pictures falling off right here. We got Kyle Russell.
Carlos.
Kyle Russell right there, and Carlos who comped us the tickets for that game. And that. So, yep. His kids add 8 years.
Yep.
Yeah, add 9 years to the age of these photos. So they're basically out of school now. They're in college or on their careers. And Carlos' wife at the time, 9 years ago. The the Smoky Mountains as we was leaving Chattanooga. And of course, our whole trip deal. Hey, let's take a little quick time out. Next clip is this album, and we'll wrap up this video. Okay, for the ones wishing we had YouTube back then, you are absolutely 100% correct. We should have been on YouTube on some of this stuff. Right now, we'll go back to the clock to to 2006. This is when yours truly won Amtrak giveaway. It was a free round trip ride on Amtrak from Galesburg, Illinois to Kansas City, Missouri. So this is our Kansas City vacation back in 2006. David Langley, another shout out for you. And I know last summer you did some Worlds of Fun videos. You're going to see some photos when we went there back in 2006. So here we go. Our Amtrak train at Galesburg, basically. Nothing has changed since then. Some of these photos are kind of blurry. Some of those on trains, videos. Because it's hard to take photos, I prefer video. I wish we would have took video. That's at, these two photos were taken down at Fort Madison, crossing the bridge down there near Fort Madison. Because there's the Fort Madison Penitentiary right there. Okay, these photos was taken at the Kansas City Zoo. So, you know, we went to the Kansas City Zoo because I had to see my relatives.
Me too.
You too? Okay. Yeah. I can't really tell in some of these photos, but let's say we got some chimpanzees in there. We got chimpanzees, we got gorillas, we got elephants right there. More elephants right there. We got more gorillas right there. I think we got some chimpanzees in there. Try to go quickly there. I'm trying to find the best ones.
That's giraffes.
Giraffes. Angie said this was giraffes. Can't really tell.
It was a hot day that
day. But it was a hot day. Giraffes is way in the back of the boondocks. That's giraffes. But we did get a hungry hippo.
Hippo.
Right there. Hungry hippo.
Yep.
Smile for our cameras. Okay, then later that day, if I remember correctly, we went over to Kansas City, Kansas side of the state to catch the Kansas City T-Bones. But before we went to the T-Bones game, we saw, I don't know if you can tell right here, back in the boondocks, back in the distance there, that was the Kansas City, Kansas Motor Speedway.
Yep.
And of course the T-Bones ballpark, their ballpark. Nice. Looking nice there. It was a hot day. It was around 105 degrees without the heat index. It was a hot day. How hot? We could have fried an egg hot. Some more photos around the ballpark there.
We saw former Lumber King Craig Herba.
We got the T-Bones, Angie with the T-Bones mascot there. Former Lumber King Greg Herbal was there. They were playing, at the time, Schaumburg Flyers.
Yes.
I don't know what they call them now. But yeah. Inside our car, right over my beautiful knee right there. But there's Union Station in Kansas City. Our pictures that we took before we left home, like I said, these pictures was taken out of sync. Actually, no, we went back the next day to take these photos. We took between days for these photos. We had time to kill, so we went back in. So it was not before we left. We went back between times, between days, because we wanted to visit a mall that was near Union Station, in Kansas City. So actually, we went back to visit Union Station again, facing downtown. Kansas City is known for its fountains, but we didn't get any of their fountains except at Kauffman Stadium. But this is back in 2006. But you will see Kauffman Stadium right here, and to the distance over here. No, over here. Right over here is Arrowhead Stadium. You probably get a better picture right here, and Arrowhead Stadium over there. Probably our best picture of Arrowhead Stadium is right there. More Kauffman Stadium. We got George Brett statue outside. These tickets were comped by the local ballpark here in town. Because he had connections. We took a VIP tour there. We was in the press box, so we took a tour of Kauffman Stadium. We was in the press
They were
box.
playing Boston, guys.
Yeah, they were playing the Boston Red Sox back in 2006. That was the year Boston Red Sox took a downward turn. It started with this game, believe it or not. We were at Yankees fans. Thank us for attending this game, because that was the game that started a 13 to 14 game losing streak of the Boston Red Sox that made the Yankees move forward in the playoffs, basically.
We saw David Ortiz too, guys.
Yeah,
too,
and that. So, yeah. So, sorry, Boston. We blew your World Series chance back in 2006. But, yeah, in the press box, you can see the fountains back there at Kauffman Stadium. This is before they remodeled the whole stadium. The concourse, like I said, before they remodeled the whole stadium. More of the, they said that it's the only major league stadium with a minor league feel to it. They said that that's what makes the stadium different. That's what the tour guide told us. It's a major league stadium with a minor league feel to it. Angie pretending to swing a bat and a golf bat. Put me in, coach.
Yep.
I'm ready to play.
Yep.
Okay, there's more of the, and that's the Wall of Fame there. I'm not going to mention who's all on there. There's a lot of names on there. Some of the other jerseys there with a Wall of Fame. Kid crashed off photo. More Kauffman Stadium. Inside the concourse, batting cages and that. The press box area. My thoughts of Kauffman Stadium and the whole vacation trip. That's my question and answer session right there. Yeah, some more. And I think that's going to be it. And so, because like I said, it's mostly repeating itself over. This is our World of Fun video. That's the only photos, not video, Chuck. Get it right. Photos right there from Worlds of Fun. Their carousel. Their Spinning Dragons roller coaster. More Spinning Dragons roller coaster. Spinning Dragons roller coaster. Their Hulu Roundup stand-up ride. This is This is like Thunderbolt. It's a wooden coaster. Maybe David Langley helped me in the name of this roller coaster, but I think it was called Thunderbolt roller coaster. But I remember the Patriot. The page came out off of me all of a sudden. Patriot roller coaster, and there's the Patriot roller coaster right there. The only time I rode a Vekoma roller coaster was the Boomerang. There's the detonator shot. There's my favorite roller coaster of the whole park, Mamba. I rode that in the rain, and boy, was it a mistake. My face, a couple days later, was a mess. And of course, Mamba. And I don't know what ride that is, but that was too dark anyway. And that is it for those photos. I hope you guys enjoy this photo memory of what we did.
Would we do this trip again? Yes, but with our YouTube audience.
And we need the subscribers up big time if we're going to do this trip again. We need our subscriber counts up. We need everything, so hit that subscribe button, everything. Right now, we're going to go ahead and end this video. Yes. I am going to end this video. Long one, isn't it? Oh, please let it be edited correctly this time. Please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully, Angie will have a better day tomorrow. Otherwise, if not, I'll be speaking to her teeth about getting a new agent or a new channel. All right? Her dentures fell out prior to this video. Sorry, guys. That's why she's not talking. See ya. Bye.